everybody. Hey, look, I know it's been a while since I've been live, and first off, I'm back in Texas, so the four-legged critters and I had a very long drive yesterday, but we're back home, and I can say that we're all happy to be here, and I'm very happy to be sleeping in my own bed again. But one of the things that has been kind of going through my head, and this has been going on since, let's see, Monday? Yeah. So Monday, my parents and I, we went to the shooting range and we shot. And the intent was for me to kind of watch them and see if I could give any tips on helping them improve and whatnot. And I didn't really have any expectations in any way about how they would do, because I've never seen them shoot before, and they say they've been shooting, so you kind of just have to go off of, okay, let's just watch and see. So, you know, my dad gets up there, he shoots, he's in a familiar shooting stance, and he's doing pretty good. You know, a little bit of wiggle in the wrist, but otherwise he was doing pretty good and hitting the center of the target 9 times out of 10, so you really can't say anything. And then my mom gets up there, and she has got the most unconventional, weirdest shooting stance I've ever seen. And some of you, this will make sense, some of this won't, but bear with me here. So she's got this stance there where she's shooting and she's kind of got her feet together and she's holding the weapon like this, and I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh. But you know what? She hit the target 9 times out of 10. She hit the center of the target 9 times out of 10. And so you're sitting there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, what do you do? Because if she's hitting the target 9 times out of 10, the question comes up is, do you really want to, you know, mess with her that much? Or do you just, hey, Alice, I'm right there with you. And so you're sitting there going, okay, do you want to mess with it very much? And then, you know, that they have the range control guy behind us, and I kind of look at him, and he looks at me, and we both go, it works. So, you know, you don't mess with it. And we didn't mess with it, and I was just like, okay, I told her, I said, that's the weirdest shooting stance I've ever seen, but you know what, you're hitting the target, so it would just probably mess you up if we tried to teach you the right way to do it now. So we didn't. And the thing of it is, and the point that I'm trying to make here is, people have, you know, if they don't have instructions, sometimes they find their own way to do something. And if they find a way that works for them, do you really want to mess with it, or do you want to stand back a little bit and maybe, if they have to ask a question, give a few tips here and there? And that it's the same thing with building your own online business. Okay, there are tons and tons and tons of ways to create a successful online business. And you have lots of examples of people out there who have found their ways. You know, Shakir Hussein did the solo ads and email broadcasts. Michelle Pesca-Salidos did it with Facebook. Stephen Bransfield did it with Facebook. There are people who have been successful with Bing ads, with YouTube. There are tons and tons of ways, and there are people out there who have even found other ways that we may not, I don't know about. And the thing of it is if it's successful, don't mess with it. But if they have questions, if they're doing something and they see you or see me or and have questions, then by all means, let's give them the little tips and tricks that we've learned as well that have helped us become successful. You don't always have to change their ways specifically, but you might be able to help them with little tips within those ways. And so with Mom, the only thing that I told her is she needed to work on her grip strength, because after a while her hands started getting tired and her shots started going all over the place. So little tips like that can mean the world to people. So that's ways. Okay, tons and tons of ways. And I've talked about ways in the past, you know, ways of making money online, and you can go back to those videos And I've talked about ways of achieving your own personal development. And again, you can go back to those videos as well. And now we have means. So ways and means kind of sounds like a Senate committee. And trust me, they probably go through the same rigmarole that we do on finding ways and means to do things. Okay, so the means. When you talk about means, you're talking about what do you have that help you develop those ways. So in this case, when we talk about means, we're probably talking about the financial ability to do paid advertising versus non-paid advertising or free advertising that may get to a wider audience and not necessarily help you focus down, but you're talking about the means. So that the finances. And there's tons of ways to find financing as well, which I've discussed. So today it's just ways and means. And yes, I kind of go back to the Senate committee because way back when, I used to be a page for the Iowa Senate when I was a senior in high school. And I got to see firsthand how they did some of this stuff. And let me tell you, some of it was very interesting. And especially when you talk about the senators, and I know we don't always have a great, picture of the senators and how our government works, but sometimes you got to look at the constituents too, because, you talk about a way, and, one old lady went to her senator and said, I have a great way to help with the prison overcrowding situation, okay? And her way was to take the top 50, the worst 50 criminals in that prison, line them up against a wall and mow them down with a machine gun. And then take 50 more and 50 more until the overcrowding situation was solved. So that was a way. May not necessarily be the best way, but it was a way. So when you look at this and you're interested in building your own online business, you don't necessarily have to be constrained by ways others have used in the past. It may be a platform for you to start with, but then you have the wiggle room, the play, the mental creativity to find your own way. So look at that, do your own research, and by all means, listen to the experts. I mean, I still listen to the experts. I'm going up to Austin this weekend to a real estate wealth expo because I want to see, what it really takes to invest in real estate and how you can make that a success. So look at all the ways out there, find what interests you, and do it. So that's kind of, where my thoughts have been going the last couple of days is the whole ways and means thing. So I'm happy to be reconnecting with you guys. I know it's been a while, and it's been kind of catch can for the last month or so. I loved spending time with my parents. I was able to help them a great deal, which was one of the other reasons why I went up there. Got a lot of things done for them that they'd just get to the point where they couldn't do themselves. So I'm back. I'm getting myself back on track. Today it's kind of, rest and catch up and figure out where everything is in the house again. But Sunday, I will be doing my normal live session. There shouldn't be any interruptions, and I'll be sharing all the thoughts and stuff that I learned from the expo on Saturday. So have a great day. Have a great week. I know it's Wednesday, but enjoy the rest of your week, and I will talk more at you guys later. Thank you.